So I spent $500 on this bottle of Daniel Weller, and that's SRP. Do you want to find out whether or not it's worth it? Then stick around. All right, Aaron. Before we get started, we have to say a special thanks to our show sponsor.
Thank you, Goody Goody.
Goody Goody has provided this bottle for this review, and they've been providing a lot of bottles for us.
They've been providing the ability for us to buy the bottles.
Oh, yeah, they're not free.
Yeah, right.
We're paying full boat, baby. But they like the idea of getting a little bit of exposure, and they're a friend of the channel, so they deserve it. They deserve your patronage. If you don't know who Goody Goody is, they're your local neighborhood Texas-based liquor store. They have all your beverage needs covered. They have your favorite everyday whiskey, single barrels, and the occasional allocated item, plus thousands more items for you to discover. They have an enormous selection of spirits outside of bourbon, wines from all over the world and all price points, beer for every palate, and the ingredients you need for any cocktail. You can pick up all of your favorites there or use their knowledgeable staff to find something new. Goody Goody has many convenient locations, and their size allows them to pass some savings on to you. So on average, you pay less when you shop at Goody Goody. You should ask about becoming a Bottle Club member for exclusive access to allocated items and discounts on your everyday purchases. You can visit your local Goody Goody store today or go to goodygoody.com. All right. So,
Man,
Daniel Weller.
Special
bottle, right?
Special bottle, man.
Special bottle.
I never thought I would see one of these in the flesh.
To be honest, I didn't think I would either.
Yeah, that's
It's five hundo.
Retail.
So first off, let's talk about what this is. You may not know what this is. So you recognize the name Weller probably, right? So Weller is made famous by William LaRue Weller, but Daniel Weller was the first person in William LaRue Weller's family line to distill whiskey in Kentucky.
Okay.
He moved there in 1797.
Yeah.
And he had been living, I think, in Maine, moved his family there. Bit of an explorer, you know.
Okay.
Just going out there on the plane, trying to figure out, you know, where do you want
this maybe?
Yeah. And so there's a few homages to his history in this bottle. But the idea behind the Daniel Weller line is supposed to be a biannual release where they explore the influence of various wheat grain strains. And this wheat grain is called Emmer. It is very popular in Egypt.
Okay.
Back during the time that the pyramids were being built, not now.
I thought the aliens built the pyramids.
Well, if they did, they were paid by the pharaoh in beer that was made from this wheat.
Oh, cool.
Because that's when you built the pyramids, you got a ration of beer. It wasn't like today's beer is like 2.5% ABV. Had lots of chunks in it, lots of good calories and all that stuff. It was basically bread water.
Got it.
And you couldn't drink the water back then because it was unsafe. So if you put it through the cook and fermentation process to make it into beer, it made it safe, and everybody drank it, even kids.
Nice.
All right, so that's the history behind this. We don't expect to see another one of these until 2025.
So let me ask you, back when I used to be in the liquor industry, they would always have these little 375s that were the experimental series. I don't know if you're. I don't think. Do they still do those?
No, I don't think so.
So is this kind of like that where they're gonna be?
Yeah, but it's specifically for
this
wheat.
Okay. So it's wheat only.
It's wheat only.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The experimental collection, they were testing all different types of things. They were testing, the amount of time that the stage dried.
Yeah.
They were testing, different grains. They did some stuff with rice. They did stuff with sorghum.
Okay.
And, all this stuff.
And so this will be
This
every
is
2
just
years.
wheat.
We'll see another one in maybe 2025.
Maybe they say that Harlan Wheatley's the one that decides when he thinks the barrels are.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So this one is the distillery is Buffalo Trace, and the SKU is Daniel Weller. The age is just under 11 years.
Okay.
Or under 12 years. It's 11 years, just under 12.
Is it age stated, or is this on the website?
That's on the website.
Got it.
The proof is 94 proof.
Okay.
The SRP is $499.99.
And you paid
And I paid it.
$4.99.
That's what I did. The size is 750 mLs. So, on the nose, I
want to tell you that this is the greatest whiskey I've ever smelled in my life.
Yeah, I get nothing.
I get literally nothing.
They're very little. I can tell that there's a faint hint of whiskey in the glass.
Wait, what is going on?
Nothing. There's not much going on on the nose. So truth be told, as soon as I got this bottle home.
What is this cork made out of?
Okay,
is
yeah.
it gold?
I don't know. It's heavy enough to be a weapon. It is a compass, which is supposed to be.
I'm trying to figure out where the hell the
$500. Yeah.
Where?
The packaging is superb. The top of it is a working compass.
Oh, that's probably where it went.
Yeah, you can tell it's a cheap compass, but it works.
It's not even like a Sunto backpack compass.
No. It holds true north, but it and then underneath it, it's got some coordinates for where.
This will help you get there.
Yeah, it's where Daniel's house was in Kentucky.
Okay.
It's very heavy. The bottle's beautiful.
It is.
It's got the William LaRue Weller like insignia embossed on it. And all of that stuff, but on the nose, it's just...
I mean, if you would have told me that I had, if you had nothing in my glass,
it's not nothing, but it's
so faint.
It's so faked on the nose. And so, how does it taste? So this one's hilarious because as soon as I got this bottle home, I cracked it, and I opened it up, and I told my friend, Alex Baptista, that I had the bottle, and he was excited for me. And he said, "What do you think?" And I said, and I quote, "It's almost as good as Weller Special Reserve." Here, leave that open. And so, Weller Special Reserve is 90 proof.
I get slightly more on the nose.
Both of them are pretty faint.
They're pretty faint.
But keep in mind, these glasses dissipate a lot because they're designed for higher proof spirits. So you get down around 90, and it can be a little faint on the nose.
Man, it is different. I do feel like there is a little more, and I mean a little more, complexity on the Daniel Weller. I'm getting, this is a little rougher around the edges.
Okay.
This is a lot softer, and not in a bad way, but I'm getting almost more of like a honey.
Mm-hmm. This one's brown sugar, this one's honey.
Yeah, and I just feel like this is a little bit, rougher around the edges. This one is, comparing the two, they're very, very similar, but it is much more rounded, and I am getting a little bit more complexity.
More complexity, and I get a little bit of a spice on the Daniel Weller that I don't get on the Weller Special Reserve.
Like a baking spice?
Uh-huh. Which is odd because, it's supposed to be wheat influence, which shouldn't have. But, I mean, if you want to know the difference between Emmer wheat and whatever wheat they normally make Weller Special Reserve out of, Emmer wheat adds more spice to whiskey, apparently.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so.
Man, so I hate to ask you.
Uh-huh.
But if you had to rate this.
If I had to rate it.
Price aside right now.
Price aside, just rating based on flavor.
You have no idea what it is, you're just drinking it. What are you rating it at?
84.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going 84 on the Daniel Weller. I'll probably do about 81 or 2.
Now, we all know where I'm at typically with the daily drinkers.
Daily drinkers, you're down in the 70s. Yeah.
Which is not a bad rating.
Not a bad rating for you.
I'm at like a 75.
75. Okay.
You take the price into consideration, we're dropping down to the low 60s.
That's fair. Okay. Buy or pass at $4.99.
Hard pass.
How about it secondary?
I think that secondary, let's just take a look. I think I looked earlier at secondary, and I think I saw some ungodly numbers. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're talking $4,000, $4,150. You're out of your damn mind.
Yeah, if you trade even secondary bottle value
no
to get this,
no
you will
Don't do it.
hate yourself.
Yeah. If you've got like a Stag and a William LaRue
or
like,
something.
"Man, I gotta get a Daniel."
No, you
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Trade a case of this for a bottle of this. I think you're coming out roughly around the same price.
I don't know. At $32 a bottle, what can you buy? 15 of
Yeah,
of
you
these?
probably could buy more.
Yeah, it's not the best.
I mean, again,
it's great whiskey.
if you have an unlimited budget, if you've got money, and if you actually see one on the shelf and they're actually charging you retail and you're not having to spend your points, if all the stars align, yeah, sure, buy it. It's a cool bottle to have. I'm sure it's kind of a piece of Buffalo Trace's history.
Sure.
But
that's how I feel about mine. I'm not mad that I bought it because I'm going to be able to create a lot of great memories.
Yeah, but you don't drink, you'll have maybe this much more, and the rest of it will go to other people.
Correct. This bottle is for creating memories.
Yeah.
And if you have a virtually unlimited bourbon budget and you see one of these at retail, okay,
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
But if you are the type of individual that, you're only going to buy 1 or 2 expensive bottles per year, this was not the one.
Yeah.
Based on flavor for sure.
That's definitely going to be one of my most disappointing bottles of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry for you.
It's I get just as excited about a very hyped bottle that I don't like.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, I'm glad that, I've been able to try it, but, anyways.
No, I get it. All right. So, if you like this content, you've had a good time, I would like for you to consider supporting the channel through our Patreon. If you go to the video description, there's a link to get to our Patreon. Turns out you can't search for our Patreon, which is Bourbon Real Talk Plus, because we talk about alcohol.
Yeah.
So it's blocked. So you got to click the link. We got a lot of benefits over there for our Patreon members. It's not just a donation. We do distillery takeovers,
Take it over.
virtual bottle shares, single barrel opportunities, bonus content, massive discounts on merch, and a whole lot more. So go check that out. You can also support us by buying merch at bourbonrealtalk.com. We've got a lot of great merchandise over there, including these glasses that are great for high proof spirits, but maybe not the best for this 90 proof stuff. But we've got bottle bags, we've got sensory kit to train your palate, and a whole lot more over there. And you and I know each other from real estate.
That's right.
And I am a residential real estate agent. So if you need real estate services in the Dallas or Houston metro areas, I do give epic bottles as closing gifts.
And we bonded over it. But it was me giving you a closing gift, though.
Yeah.
I think our first loan we closed to our first house, I gave you a bottle of Lot B.
Lot B. And I took that and cracked it at my buddy's wedding.
Oh, that's
And,
right.
Yeah, we had a good time with that. And so, yeah, the real estate business has been subsidizing this channel for years. So you can support us by hiring us for real estate. But Aaron, you are a lender.
Lender, yep. I work as a broker, so I've got access to some of the best rates out there. I work primarily in Texas, but also Oklahoma, Florida, and Colorado. So if you are looking for a new home in 2024, I'd love for you to reach out to me. I think my link for my application is down below, so all you'd have to do is fill that out and put Randy Sullivan in there for who sent you, and I'll know that it's from him and from this channel, and I'll get back with you.
Awesome. Well, we thank you for tuning in, and we always end the podcast the same way, and that is if you woke up this morning and you're unsure whether or not anyone loves you, just know that we love you.
Love you.
We'll see you next time on Bourbon Real Talk. Cheers.
Cheers. It's distinguishably, I can distinguish a difference between the two.
He can distinguish the difference.
Good God.